Don't get freaked out.
All right, so.
Yes. I'm ready, and I mean whenever you are.
All right, so I can just click the ready button. Is it like an actual ready
then
up
I
system
can
now?
So I could
Okay.
just press start. All right. Good luck, Alphon.
Thank you. Good luck.
All right, let's get in for the first game of this overlay. We'll notice relatively quickly. It says EdzyTTV started the game, so it looks like things are connecting. The camera bug is out to get me. Yeah, Gabe has been fighting this demon. There's too much web in his socket, if you know what I mean. All right, Edzy perfect 300 at 300 gets that extra $1. Not as important when it comes to the yellow deck. I am going to stop the clock because that's not really needed. Oh my god, the money spent, the money spent in the top right and left, it's all working, chat. The time animation's paused. So anyway, now we can focus on the game now that everything looks to be working. Both of the players picking up banner. We've heard Dr. Spectre talk about it a lot on Gold Stake. That's just a good play. I am really surprised. Oh, no, wait. Edzy used the Devil quicker than I saw him pick it up. Okay. I'm very surprised that Edzy would not have picked up the Devil card, but they did. You don't really need banner in the second round. It might be better just to go for 2 5-card hands. It all depends on the draws. So I think Fur is just going to go for not discarding anything, playing the pairs and 2 pairs like Edzy did. So very, very similar starts for both players, which is really interesting to see. The previous high score only counts in the PvP rounds, correct. Hermit there to get a little bit more money. Another Devil card. Will Edzy pick it up? I mean, money is king, especially on Gold Stake. So I'm curious to see what Edzy does here. Did he pick it up? Sometimes I look away for 1 second. That's when Edzy decides to make the decision. I was just seeing where Fur was at. Edzy picking up the extra Devious Joker. I don't know if that is necessary. Alright, Edzy did pick up the 5 gold. It makes sense. It's $3 if you can find it, and $3 matters in Gold Stakes. Yes, it's going to bloat Edzy's deck a tiny bit, but it's a card worth bloating for, in my opinion. Maybe not on White Stake, but maybe on Gold Stake. Further, a little punish for not going for the Arcana pack. Misses out on the Devil, or misses out on the Hermit that Edzy found. However, because Edzy took the 5 gold, they're basically even on Econ. The only difference right now is Edzy has that gold 5 that Fur doesn't. And you can argue over if that really is going to matter or not. It really depends on how often it shows up, how much value Edzy's able to get out of that. Edzy did use the strength, while Fur held on to the strength, which Fur was able to basically clear that blind no problem without using it. Though, in multiplayer, because we're looking for that big hand, you hear me say it over and over, a lot of times you're looking for a flush 5, flush house. You want lots of strengths, so using the strength earlier rather than later can be beneficial. And here's a play that I think you may see a slight difference in our 2 players. So Fur there decided to strength Jacks and the Queens. I have a feeling that Edzy's going to move 10s in the Jacks to just create simply more face cards. When you build in the Queens, you're not adding any new face cards, and we know how powerful face cards can be in the game. Regardless, it is good deck manipulation on both sides. Edzy there, able to get the straight with the... Is that Greedy Joker? I believe Greedy Joker. Hi, JV. We haven't been able to see the voucher animation because no one's bought a voucher yet. Would love to see that. Would love them to come through and take something for us. You gotta turn down the Balatro song. Steel Queen. Edzy's gonna decide worth it. I mean, Edzy. Wait, I just realized Edzy's also building in the queens. So the thing I said really about Fur building in the queens, everything so far this game has been almost exact copy on both sides, with very, very minor differences that probably are not going to matter in the end game. So far, it's incredible how closely these two are playing, and that's what I kind of said earlier when everyone was asking for kind of a prediction. I think Fur is very good at gold stakes. I think Edzy's very good at gold stakes, and Edzy plays gold stake multiplayer like single player. And because of that, if Fur is also good at gold stakes, their game plan is going to be very similar. So now Edzy trying to balance the min-maxing of reserved parking with making sure they survive the blinds. On Fur's side, they were deciding, is an eternal reserve parking worth it? And I would argue I maybe don't think reserve parking is enough value to get it eternally. So I'm not shocked by Fur's kind of hesitation there. And again, I think, as you'll hear me say it a lot, Edzy is going to play this very similar to how he plays single player. In single player, it's a absolute, you grab that 10 times out of 10. In multiplayer, might be slightly different. Hello, Gothic Lord UK on the YouTube side. Interesting play here by Edzy. Maybe going for straight flushes. I think it's really hard to pass on the value of lucky cards due to how much mult and money they can give you. I also find it hard to pass up on a gold card. But if Edzy is very dedicated to maybe making a straight flush work, that makes more sense. But then he goes and grabs the 4 of a kind over Neptune. So a little unsure. And we got a voucher. Woohoo! I'm gonna turn on the...
I hate flower.
Actually, I'm not gonna turn on the MLB overlay volume because I don't know what is actually coming out of there. So I'm just gonna keep it off for now. Taking eternal parking is so dumb, honestly. Well, AIHKAS, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I think you should, maybe play some multiplayer, play some actual gold stakes, and then reevaluate your decision in making that chat message.
Hello,
it was just for talking.
I'm definitely.
I mean, look at these setups; they're exactly the same.
How I'm playing and,
Though I will say, Edzy has a few more gold cards.
No, I get you. I feel like
a few
gold
more out of the
like
Arcana,
sometimes, especially if you're PvPing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can.
For hates flower pot. I mean, as we all do.
Okay.
Nice flush from Fur. Again, very similar setups here. Edzy really going for that straight, which I think makes sense. Is Fur here going to throw away a 3 of a kind without any molt, or is he going to use a discard? I think using that discard is the play.
That's what I got.
Okay.
And Fur did use the lucky cards over the wild, which I actually do think was the play. We'll see. And pairs are leveled up here for Fur, which could be the difference. Ugh.
It's close.
Not enough
It is
from
close.
Fur. Was able to get a few extra didgeridoos, dollary-doos out of that interaction.
Okay. I'll see you in the next one.
Yep.
And so, yes, you'll now see the previous high scores are the high scores for each player in the PvP rounds. With the total money spent, Edzy's economy, they both have about $30 here, but Edzy spent $20 more. That is that hermit difference that we saw in Ante 1. Neither of these have an MLB record at this point. The satellite coming through for Edzy. It's rare to see satellite used in any form of Balatro, but when you're on gold stake and you need the money, and you also have like every different type of planet card, I guess why not? If you can get $10 at the end of the round, it's $10 at the end of the round. And finally, a little bit of divergence as Fur went with the clubs Joker to get some extra mult. The only issue you may see here is Edzy getting enough points. I'm curious to see if Edzy ends up going for the straight or just going for the diamond flush. I think it's just going to be the diamond flush, and I think Edzy's going to find it. I think any diamond flush works. Was able to find it, never punished, and gets that gold card. That's a lot of money right there. And already $7 from that satellite. So, really cool to see. Fur saying, forget the gluttonous Joker. I don't need it. What Fur does need is diamonds. And maybe that's the difference so far in the early game is Edzy's built more into those diamonds a little bit better than Fur has. But I say that Fur just found a huge diamond hand, but is out of banner value, so there's no chips in it. I don't know if this is going to be enough for Fur to get out of it. Meanwhile, on the Edzy side, we do have a crazy great pack where you can grab golden ticket and a photo, and I think Edzy's going to do exactly that. That is your econ basically solved for the game. Fur was able to survive there. Is hopefully going to open up that pack and get the same exact decision. Maybe decides to buy the voucher first to make the pack a little bit cheaper, like we saw on the Edzy side of things. All right, same decision for Fur. Do we go photo and golden ticket? The castle is survivability, but golden ticket is just so much economy. Granted, Edzy has a lot more gold cards than Fur does. If you don't go golden ticket, you could also go with Shoot the Moon for some flat mult without the eternal dedication that comes with that holographic castle. And now the economy is really flowing on the Edzy side of things. Those extra gold cards that kind of stemmed from the extra Hermit early on, snowballing. And we see that snowball effect of micro decisions like that all the time. And I think this is a really good example of one. Yeah, and I think Fur, with a little self-preservation there, goes with the holographic castle to just survive the blinds. But this is going to allow Edzy to be even farther ahead on the econ game. How does the tournament work? We have a regular season, 2 divisions of 8 players. You play every player once. You get a point for game win. You get a bonus point for winning the match. Every match is 3 games. And then we have a playoff where the top 4 from each division play each other October 6th through the 12th. That is the quick 411 on how this all works. A blue seal for Edzy. Going to be able to make some planet cards for whatever hand Edzy decides to build into. Now with the photograph, it is very important that Edzy builds into a specific type of hand and gets that base mult up. The diamonds giving some of that plus mult is going to be helpful. Fur here should have played the 10 and the 8 ahead of the queen and the jack, but it's not going to matter. And is able to get out of that blind. All right. Fur going with the spaceman. I think probably dedicating 2 flushes at this point. I think both our players may be doing exactly that. And this is the gold stake difference where not every single game is going to turn into that kind of flush 5 idle sock and busking game of your dreams, right?
Hello.
All right.
Oh.
And both of them getting, I think, respectable draws to start things out.
Juicy things to be done here.
Yeah.
Juicy, Edzy says. Talking about my dog. Shout out Juicy the Morky. So, immediately getting a level up on the spaceman for the pairs for Fur. And my only concern here is Fur is maybe,
Okay.
even though Gold Stake multiplayer still plays very closely to single player, I don't know if pairs are ever going to be the answer. It has to be a really rough seed, I feel like, to have pairs be the way you win a PvP round. But I guess if you can get them high enough level with that photograph, maybe a Chad, it could surpass what Edzy is doing. It could. I doubt that it does, though.
I am curious to see what's coming.
Not terrible,
Okay.
6,000. And by not terrible, I mean pretty
That might be
brutal
my
for
best shot, honestly.
Yeah,
No,
Edzy
that's
not
fair, that's
drawing
fair.
any diamonds. Oh my gosh. It's going to be close.
All right.
And now Fur is going to play that king with the photo. I think he's going to pass Edzy, but I think Edzy with two hands should be able to get enough points.
Ooh.
Ooh, can you beat that?
Can
close.
he? I don't know. Can he? Somebody
It is
answer
very
him.
close.
I think I most likely cannot.
If he draws a spade here with the Hierophant, I think Edzy has this. He's leveled up flush
No, actually,
enough.
I think I got it. Wait.
Ooh.
Yeah, 16?
1400? Oh, yes.
Yeah, got it.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
close. Oh, this is a very close game. Hello, Shane.
All right.
All right.
On to the next.
On to the next.
So we have 2 hearts broken, unfortunately, for Vagabond, and a foil certificate is so interesting. I don't... This is where the eternal parking kind of hurts, although it has lent itself so much money that I think both these players needed to grab it. It's a little bit hard to play Vagabond and parking, because there's no way to really get value out of both. You're basically sacrificing one, for sure. I do think on first side, it does make sense to get rid of the Diamond Joker for some kind of card, because the diamonds are really not going to help if you're going to dedicate to the pairs. The 35 at the bottom is a timer that we have. The timer doesn't really do anything functionally at this point, so I just paused it, and it's at a random time at this moment. So apologies for that. In another pair level 4 Fur. It was a clutch star for Edzy. Gets also a Jupiter. Edzy snowballing a little bit at this point, is going to be in quite a good position. Though, Vagabond could be the difference, because, again, Edzy decided not to even attempt the Vagabond. Does Vagabond check money before or after scoring? Before scoring. Before scoring. And I think lucky cards are probably the order of the day for Fur here over making more diamonds. Could use a Chariot. Chariot makes sense as well, especially with Photograph. You're going to have a lot of scoring before you get to your Jokers. And yeah, that's exactly what Fur decided. A little bit of a wheel spin on Edzy. Another star in the shop is insane. Every star is very, very helpful to Edzy's cause of playing multiple flushes and puts him a little bit farther ahead in the lead. I think smart move by Fur holding on to the Temperance to kind of use at the end of the round after we get tarot value from Vagabond. Vagabond not necessarily giving Fur the tarots they want. The world is definitely not one I'm interested in. Also, reserve parking was too much money there, and will no longer get any more Vagabond value. But not the end of the world for Fur. Was able to get a few tarot cards, a little bit of money. I think a trade-off that they were willing to take. And $20 there would have been huge, but 20 mult is never bad. Unneeded, but never bad. let's see kind of where Edzy is right now. About 9,000 per flush is a lot of points. That's about how much Fur can score in total. So, a big difference. Invis Joker, probably too big of a risk when you have two Eternals that you absolutely do not want to copy. And Fur recognizes that, skips over the rental Invis Joker, which seems like the correct move at this point. Parking looks terrible now. Yeah. Now the one chatter who was calling it terrible can get back in here and hit us with an "I told you so." I'm waiting for it, and I would understand. I think on Gold Stake it's a fine play. Don't think it's the wrong play at all. But it does cause issues like this. We absolutely do love spamming some pairs. So a ton of economy on the Edzy side. Meanwhile, first going the opposite end, going for that tarot generation. He's going to play the face card because he does not want the issue of making money by accident. And then not being able to get an extra couple tarots. But here, we are going to see Fur leave those face cards. Gets $2, so no more Vagabond value, but gets a Temperance, so kind of snowballs some money. It's not a terrible day at all for Fur. It doesn't even need to play face cards. I think can just play these sixes and get out with ease. Also get another Mercury card, which never hurts. Oh, a Chad has appeared. And I don't know if Fur is going to have enough money to see this. He does. Or they do. I mean, that's big. That's big to get the Chad with the photo. I am almost positive this favors Edzy, but it's close right now. And it's really a race to who's going to find some glass first to put on a photo. The flush is definitely higher base mult than the pair, but it's not by a ton. Fur has had tons of Mercury levels. We'll have to check the flush level of Edzy. I don't think it's probably bad. And Fur getting away from the Vagabond, I think is completely understandable. Maybe I would have gone business card there. I think you end up with more money than Shoot the Moon, but just going with the full econ build, it was too hard to balance Vagabond and reserve parking on Fur's side. Gonna be able to make a few Magician cards here. Right. And we're at 14 base mult on that flush, so pretty solid for Edzy. Let's see what he get. He got the plus 22. Oof, that is rough for Fur.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, that is a little high. I'll see how I compare in a sec.
So Fur going to play another pair. Needed a plus 20. Got one at the end, but kind of needed at the beginning. Not that far away. And again, okay. Pairs are a lot more spammable.
Do you have anything left in the tank?
I might.
I think it would be smart here if Fur can get more face cards to put not play both Luckies at the same time so you can Chad the Lucky. But I kind of understand maybe you're not going to have that luxury. So can you give the players pronouns? I need to make sure I get everybody's pronouns.
That was lucky.
Nice.
And that one we got the lucky hit at the start.
Yeah.
So now Edzy's going to have to find that second flush or maybe a third flush even. Again, the pairs are not far behind the flush level. We're at 144 by 11 for the pairs, and I think Edzy's at 140 by 14 with the flush.
Okay, I think I should go for the chance to beat it.
It comes down to this lucky card, which I do think because the luckies are seeded that Edzy will get the lucky hit here. Now, is that lucky hit enough to skyrocket Edzy so far ahead that a second pair here by Fur?
No dice.
Oh, didn't get the lucky hit. So I was off on where I was on the lucky hit, and Fur's going to take the pair gaming in a multiplayer match.
You still have the life advantage.
We love it. We love it. They're burst the heart on Edzy's side. Burst the heart.
Yeah, see you again in a bit.
The spam ability of the pairs with photo chat specifically is super powerful. Out of all the retrigger plus X-Molt, that is what you want with pairs, right? Is photo chat. Because any other X-Molt, like a Bloodstone Ancient Idol, you want 5 of that card. So if any of those appear, I do believe Fur will start to kind of drift back in terms of where they are in the game. But if this is it, if we only see photo chat as really the main way to get X-Molt because it's gold stake and Econ has been a little bit harder to come by, Fur's in a very, very good spot. Yeah, we're even on Econ moving forward. Now, while the total spent matters, at the end of the day, because each shop queue has its own queue in Major League Balatro, moving forward, if both these players are at the same amount of money, Fur with even a little bit more, Fur's in a better position moving forward. It doesn't matter how much they spent in the past at all. When you play Ranked Balatro, a quick note, they play with this mod called the Order. It makes the queue game long, and then that matters how much you spent because you'll be farther along in the queue, but that does not matter for Major League Balatro. Edzy does earn more with Ticket Chad, yes. Ticket Chad will be very helpful while Edzy has it. I love Showman here. The reason I really love Showman here is, obviously, like we just said, if you're playing pairs, the only retriggerable X-Molt you're going to get on your cards is really Photo Chad. So another Photo or another Chad is huge. And second to that, now you're not getting punished for having the perishable Chad blocking you from finding a rental or eternal Chad. Now that can still appear with the Showman. I agree here that the Showman play being is really good by Fur. And also, Fur's almost even on flush levels with Edzy. If Fur does want to make that pivot, maybe gets an Ancient Joker or something. I hadn't realized that. There's a lot of lucky cards for Edzy. Edzy probably is going to be looking for some kind of gold card somewhere. And as we see, exiting the small blind, first spent a little bit more in the first shot, but comes away with 43. We got a couple of lucky money hits, so Edzy's up to $73. Huge. And it's going to enter the shop with 74. We found a Magician. We found a Fool. More luckies. More luckies. Fur up on pair levels and even on flush is kind of crazy. What happened? What did Fur do? What did Fur do? You can't put no. Oh, one-shotted by mistake. It happens. I thought we missed like a glass or something. Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot with your lucky cards. It's gonna happen to both sides of these players' games. And I actually think that Fur got the better death value out of that Arcana pack over Edzy. Was able to death a lucky face card blue seal. Edzy kind of deathing a Queen of Heart, which isn't even the suit that he has been building in thus far. Though the second pack, still nothing massive, but what I will say is Edzy is pretty close to being able to play that flush 5 consistently with how many Queens of Hearts he's been able to make in this very short amount of time. Again, same thing can be said, though, for Fur about the Lucky Blue Seal Kings. Just started with less going into those Arcana packs. All right, so how many rounds do we have left on the Perishable Chad? Does anybody remember? Unfortunately, Joker Display breaks. We got 2 rounds remaining, so definitely for this PvP and then the small blind to follow. And if you're feeling confident, you could skip with that Chad to another PvP. I highly doubt either player does that, but we shall see. Edzy really trying to find those gold cards to make sure that they can get value out of the golden ticket Chad combo while it is present to them. And as you're seeing, the economic difference is going to grow due to that. Two scary faces is not what you want to see out of your showman. You're a little disappointed in showman's work at that point. A lot of queens of heart and diamond variety for Edzy. I think 5 of a kind is in the future. But there's a lot less blue seals, so not going to be able to scale planet levels per se on Edzy's side. This is going to be a metric ton of money as Edzy unlocks the Flush 5. 3 Neptunes? Oh, this showman's trolling fur, unfortunately. Two scary faces and 3 Neptunes is just... That makes you want to turn off the game. I get it. $67 to enter this shop. Fur is ready. So, for the first time, we're going to use our focus feature to focus on Edzy now that Fur is waiting for Edzy to finish shopping. Get a closer look at the shopping. Shout out, Gabe. And these shops are going to be quite different because Edzy does not have that showman. And a bloodstone appears, and that may be game, set, and match. Stream died? Buffer? Oh, back? We back? Never mind, all good. Okay. That was weird. Maybe just a little bit of internet. But the bloodstone coming through is huge. And now we see why Edzy was you see why Edzy wanted to build the Queen of Hearts. And the reason you want to build in the hearts is because of bloodstone being able to appear. At the end of the day, that is a huge reason. Also, that discard voucher, I think it is a mistake for Fur not to purchase it.
Hello.
It allows you to dig for the cards you actually care about.
I have
In the Justice plus Death, as Doctor has pointed to, just shows the benefits of the econ advantage. This shouldn't be too close.
I have something, but I feel like it really hasn't changed much. That's currently where I am.
Okay.
Remember, chat, if you're ever playing a Major League Balatro, don't tell your opponent anything. If Edzy asks you, oh, how did that go? You say nothing. You don't give anything away. You make him play all his glass cards to survive.
Oh my god.
Don't give your opponent any information. Anyway.
That's your best hand.
Edzy does need to find the Queen of Hearts, but only needs to find 4 of them due to the death. Arguably, probably only needs 3 because I think a 4 of a kind of Queen of Hearts, especially with the glass, Chad is going to be more than enough. And Edzy could skip to keep the Chad alive. It's risky, though, because Fur could find something in those shops that Edzy doesn't that allows for the comeback. Miss Edzy losing a life. Was it PvP or 2? Edzy lost in a PvP. Fur here waiting to see, just like I taught Fur, waiting to see what Edzy does before playing the next hand. Doesn't want to have to play that gold unless they must.
I'm worried what you could be cooking back there.
Edzy's talking the stream. I'm curious what is being said. I do think that's the play, and that allows you to find a death with the purple seal. And again, this is why you don't want to... Oh, the sun is so big. Unlucky for Edzy, there's not many of the queens left. But long term, that is a huge card. And I think he's going to blow the sun right here. And I don't mean that in a negative context. And this is going to be way too far ahead for Fur to match. And again, this is why eventually you want to move to a 5-card hand, the re-triggering with the
Yeah, I was
glass,
worried
with
about
stuff
seeing
like the bloodstone.
Okay.
But Fur will have an ante to see if they can come back. A lot less economy, though, on that side.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
The Flush 5, yes. Edgy got 3 Flush 5 levels in the shop. Not even from Blue Seals or anything. From the shop.
This.
While we were watching in the stream, kind of died for a quick second.
I'm not beating that. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I won't leave you in suspense. Okay.
All right.
All right. I'll
Last
see you
light boost.
soon.
See you in a
Yeah.
bit.
The stream didn't die on the YouTube side of things, right? All right, we're all good there. Beautiful. Bloodstone triggered twice? We've heard that before. The Eternal Castle kind of hurts. It's more than a kinda. It's pretty brutal, but it was needed to not lose to a blind, and this game would be over. So, where Fur was at that point in the game, I think it was necessary. Glass card doesn't put Fur far off. I agree, but Chad is gone. So, I would argue it does somewhat put Fur far off. I do think keeping Showman here and looking for variants in the seed is not a terrible play. Yeah, and the thing is, you can get Showman luck in more than just Jokers. You can get the incredible Showman luck from things like Arcana packs, where you get, I don't know, 5, Justices in a Mega or something like that. Yes, the lives and high scores aren't correct anymore. It looks like we had a small disconnect, but I can now manually update it for everybody. And we'll just have to reset after this. I do understand why Edzy sold the Chad for the flush for the ×2. I don't know if I would just take that flat ×2 over all the money that Chad gives me, even for one round. It's an interesting thing to note here. Allows for to maybe get an extra $20 hit from a lucky card that Edzy doesn't. That doesn't look like it is the case. Though, because Fur has Showman, I guess you don't care as much about keeping Chad around versus maybe Edzy want to be able to find the Chad in the shop quicker. Yeah, a lot more money from Golden Ticket, both generally speaking and if you kept Chad. For deciding to sell that because wants to increase the chances of probably finding a Chad or something else. Understandable. Kind of feel like if I kept on to it this long, maybe I keep it, find a second photo or something like that. But totally understandable decision. Wants to block all those common Jokers that they have up top. Fur getting a little desperate, rolling pretty far deep, maybe deeper than you would want to. Hangs a man. Edzy just lost a glass card. Thank you for the shout out, Jester. So with the glass card, it was about 300k. Also found the negative odd Todd. Excuse me for the yawn. How embarrassing. Does Fur need to min-max reserved parking? More so, can for min-maxers or parking. Without the Chad, Fur's actually going to need to play all face cards. Actually, Fur may be dead here because they played the Chariot. They weren't able to find enough. And that might be all she wrote for Fur. Gold stake scaling is no joke. It makes these blinds difficult to deal with, as we've said before. Let's focus in on Fur. Can they do it? I don't think that's gonna be enough. I think just a pair. We'll see. My face covers Fur's face. We'll have to change where my camera goes. The chat. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh beans. In the meantime, Edzy is going to be able to make another glass queen and is using a hangman in an Arcana pack for your information. Glassing a diamond queen. Not enough, and that is going to be game.
I made a mistake.
Damn.
Yeah.
GG's, that was
I was
really
afraid
well
of
fought.
dying, so I picked up that castle.
Oh.
That made it harder
earlier.
to play. Yeah, that was early.
Need to watch previous matchups. Let me grab that for you, YouTube.
Stake red deck.
Sure.
All right.
Go to the Major League
you all set
Balatro
to go, or you
YouTube
need a break?
channel.
I'm good.
All right. Good luck. Have fun.
We'll have fun.
All right. We are on red deck, black stake. I love this combination. I love black deck for multiplayer, and a big reason why I like black deck for multiplayer is that it offers interesting decisions with Eternal Jokers without really making the game that much more difficult. Red deck is great because the extra discards just allow, I think, for a little bit more deck manipulation, a little bit more searching for your deck, a little bit more tarot cards, mail and rebate value, stuff like that. I think this is a really fun middle ground of, it's not quite as easy as white stake, but there still is a lot of the easiness of white stake there. And yeah. Yes, let's add a round win for Edzy. So you see that would have populated. Edzy now has a little blue under the Major League Balatro thing. All right, both of them have a business card. Edzy's deciding, should I rare skip? Edzy is going to rare skip. The Madman has done it. That can be huge. It can lead to a massive advantage for Mr. Edzy. Or it could backfire, just losing some value. And never mind, because Fur did the same thing. These two, again, on the same wavelength. The only difference in the last match was very small min-maxing decisions. And I'll add a little bit of luck from an early Hermit that Edzy found that Fur didn't. Maybe not valuing Arcana packs enough. You can argue that. But it did snowball a little bit for Edzy in terms of the econ advantage. But then general tarot use, I think, did favor Edzy to not many surprises. They both lose the voucher. Yeah, I don't know if I sacrificed the voucher there. A family is definitely, I think, a hit. It's not a jackpot of a rare skip, but it is a good hit because we want to build towards 5 of a kind. We want to build towards flush 5. There is a double rare skip coming up. Is Edzy going to do the fun play? Oh, I'm also going to stop the clock. My apologies. We're going to stop on 2:14. It's not just a second rare skip. It's a double tag into a rare skip. Awful business card RNG for Fur there, but you know, it doesn't help you right now. I do think the family is a good card, though. I think it's good to have. for deciding what to do here. Do you re-roll to get a joker? Can you beat the small blind? Edzy, on the other hand, can buy the voucher right away, which is pretty massive because buying the voucher right away allows you to find the 4 of a kind. If Edzy's doing it. Edzy's taking the double rare skip. Gets 2 hits at finding a blueprint or a brainstorm, maybe a vagabond, maybe an ancient joker. If Fur does not do this, and these are not good rare cards for the Edzy side of things, it's very bad. Okay, forget. Both these players don't want to play the video game. This is incredible. There's no way.
This is a curse seed. This is a curse seed.
This is a curse seed.
There's no way they both did it. I think I would have tried to
So,
play out those rounds. I don't
only
know.
skipped 3 times.
Okay, I also skipped 3 times.
Because I was like, I don't want to do it, and then I saw you skip the second one, and I'm like, all right, well, I gotta match it, and then I saw you skip the entirety of...
I was thinking that maybe I should.
You know, shout out for Fur for recognizing I'm gonna try and just beat Edzy and copy his moves.
But...
Throwback run, yes.
I think
I don't know.
like you might be able to tell through the what's it called, like the timer, but yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like,
The one difference is Fur has
It's
$9 and Edzy has a discard
very
voucher.
Interesting.
I think I'd rather have the discard voucher than the $9, but we'll see if those $9 are extremely beneficial.
Yeah.
Fur is going to look for the 4 kings. Forgot the 4 kings! Fur is going to take this first PvP. I don't think there's any way to score nearly enough. There's been no... One of like 18 on the business card is insane. It has just been so brutal. Oh, 4 4s for Edzy, but shouldn't be enough points.
Not
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
Nice try.
I'm guessing
Fur up a life, up on money,
No, I was
down a
thinking, I
discard.
got it.
But they are both in the same exact
Alright, well, we'll see
spot.
what these are. Good luck.
Yeah, let's see what's in the box.
If Fur doesn't skip and copy Edzy, Fur would be so far ahead in this game. But right now it's hard to argue that Fur isn't ahead. You can't take the order if you had the family. I don't know what you do with Burnt Joker because you're building towards 4 of a kind. This is a weird... Not another rare skip. They're dying. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. You have to. If you skip here... Flower Pot is... I know Fur hates Flower Pot. But Flower Pot 4 of a kind is a sick combination here for Fur if they can pull it off. If they can build into a card. That 1 4 of a kind is going to score enough to beat blinds. It's going to score enough to beat PvPs, at least in the short term. Wild cards, again, very good in multiplayer. Because we don't have boss blind effects, there's nothing to debuff your wild cards. There's no downside. 13 extra dollars for Fur here. Definitely would have probably preferred, if you're Fur, something to build into a certain kind of card, because I don't know how you beat the blind here. Maybe you just die. Nothing great in that standard pack. I mean, the Red Seal 9 could be something, but not fantastic. And again, the discard voucher is going to favor Edzy for finding 4 of a kinds. Maybe Fur plays pairs to win or 3 of a kinds. I'm unsure. I'm curious to see where Fur goes with the burnt with the space. I feel like you'd have to go 3 of a kind. At least. Not Space Joker hitting on the high card. How rude. Maybe discards a flush? There's so many interesting decisions here on what you could do. Edzy skips for the rare again. he's blocking one of the bad rares and blocking a medium rare. I'll be very curious to see what Edzy gets out of this. Oh, he would have. Fur would have had the 4 of a kind. Fur making a mistake there by discarding the king in that high card level for burnt. It was kind of unneeded. Was able to get some flower pot value here, but the ×3 is not a lot. The thing is, Edzy's 100% losing a life to this blind. Edzy would need to pull off 2 4 of a kinds, which is just so hard to do. Not that I think Fur's necessarily going to live in this small blind, but... Forgot the 4! No way! Fur isn't dying the blinds. Not today. If he gets Space Joker proc? Okay, that would have been too lucky. It's fine. Alright, so Edzy down to 2 lives. What? I got the tribe! Punished. Finally. Punished. For rewarded for finally breaking free of the Edzy curse. And, you know, has $42 in the bank, though. And Fur punished for having no money kind of going into that. Maybe Fur goes ahead and he's going to fool for the Emperor. He's going to use the Hierophants to stay alive and whatever the Emperor gives you here. I mean, if Edzy can somehow get flush 5, but I think that's going to be a little bit difficult. A lot of high card levels for I don't think it's enough to do anything. Maybe if you can get some molts here. I think there's a decent likelihood of Fur losing a life at this point. Kind of. Is Fur going for a full house? I don't think the full house would be enough. There's a 4 of a kind of 4s. I think you got to play the 4 of a kind of 4s. This business card is not giving Fur any value. It's rough, but Fur is going to escape this without losing a life. So, I mean, being ahead, definitely a couple lives. Would have loved the Space Joker proc there if you're Fur, but it's okay. This has been the worst business card I've ever seen in my life. I think Fur making the smart decision here, not going to pull the trigger on the Hermit, accepting that maybe I die in this PvP and I'll get life bonus, plus I can use that Devil to get me to like $10 before I Hermit. Just get a little bit more value out of it. But yeah, this is rough for Edzy.
Hello.
How's your blind gone? Or your round gone, I guess.
My round.
We're seeing Edzy hint at something here.
I don't like the jokers we got from that skip.
I don't either. And I decided to double down.
Did you go for it again?
Yes.
I was just like, I literally can't because I do not have the money. Like, I think I would have lost a life if I went.
You absolutely would have lost a life. I can.
Did you lose a life?
Experience.
Was it? I guess you can tell me if it was worth it based on whatever. Score.
I can't give you that information because then you might have a leg up on me.
That's.
Oh, now Edzy's all closed mouth. I'm crying.
I will see.
What is Fur looking for? I feel like I keep my queens here and look for queens for the 4 of a kind. Oh,
Also, is it
leveling
just me, or
up
is
the
this
2
business
pair.
card like the worst business card I've ever
It
seen?
is. Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay. We're everybody can see the terribleness of this
I'm
business
like,
card.
I need
It
this
has
money,
been garbage. It has been rude. It's just
It's so bad.
we're not here for that. Oh, Fur would have got the 4 of a kind queens. Edgy did find 4 of a kind 9s.
I just got. It just did not proc again. It's so. It
Yeah,
hurts
it's gonna be.
so
This is
much.
gonna be an Edzy win here.
Yeah.
Just came down to how they discarded, and I mean, Edgy does have an extra 9 in the deck, and an extra
All right.
discard.
Let's see,
No
let's see
flower
what
pot though.
I
It
need
still will
to
be
do.
more
Okay,
than enough.
I think I could probably beat that.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I just gave up on even trying to win this one.
In fact, like,
I'm not saying it wasn't possible. Just that. I didn't
And honestly,
put
this
it
may be good for Fur. I mean, you want to put your opponent on 1 life, but the good
I
thing
mean,
for
hey, you
Fur
don't
is
even have to
it's
show
good
me
timing to get some
technically
lost
if what you
bonus
got
money
was
with that
good or
Hermit.
not.
I need to make sure
Throw
I
in
don't,
for
like,
hermit
I
value,
beat
exactly.
the Zergon
Yeah,
kid,
exactly.
though.
Exactly. Oh, this is such a cursed seed. 5 rare tag skips in 3 antes.
All right.
Edgy did
Okay.
it. Edgy took a life off Fur. All right, we're 3-2.
See you on the next one. Yeah.
Econ pretty even. Jokers, I would say even. And it's kind of like a new game. Although Edgy does have 2 vouchers. Has a reroll voucher and has the discard voucher. Discard voucher very important for the 4 of a kind. Reroll voucher very important for everything going forward. You know, just seeing more of the shops. Just nothing in these rerolls though. Getting the handy voucher as well. I mean, it's good. I think Edzy, we're at 9 times 5, so getting rid of 45 cards around. It's really hard to not find a 4 of a kind at that point. So I think Edzy should be okay for the most part. Excuse me. Should be okay for the most part in terms of beating the blinds. It looks like Fur wants the riffraff, but that would mean deleting at least 2, if not 3 of these jokers. And that seems kind of hard to do. Oh, did Edzy accidentally discard a 9? He looked very frustrated there. I feel like that might have been what it was. I think getting rid of the family here is a big mistake by Fur. I think having the extra hand, having the extra discard, you get so much money from that. I think I would lean getting rid of Space Joker. And just playing into that 4 of a kind. That times 4, I think Fur was really underrating how important that times 4 was. So, I think things have, fortunately for Edzy, swung back in his favor in terms of where we are in the game at this point. No diamond here, so no flower pot value. But, you know, Fur was looking for the 2 pair. Oh, a soul. And it's the greatest hit you can hope for in multiplayer. If Fur does not find that soul card, it is GG. This 2-pair should get Fur out. Oh, Fur could play with the jacks. No, you don't want a diamond Fur. Fur, no, you can play the jacks. What are you doing? Oh, maybe Fur's playing an extra hand to just try and get value? I don't know. But diamond was definitely the one you didn't want to because you had multiple copies of diamonds. Now has to get rid of the... That's a $3... this is game 2. That is a $3 oopsie buy Fur there. But I mean, really, all our attention is on, does Fur find the soul? Needs to open this Arcana pack. Fur doesn't realize it, but you have to open this Arcana pack. Oh, no. So unfortunate for Fur. I don't know if you... I think you may open it with $7. I don't even know if Fur made the wrong choice there. Oh, thank gosh. Okay. The issue is with Edzy keeping the family, Edzy is just so far ahead. He is a ×4 ahead that Fur really can't capture at this point in time. The splash and trip does help, but I mean, we're on red deck. You know, you have on Edzy's side of things an extra hand and an extra discard. You're gonna find your queens and your kings. And there you go. On the last hand, there was one card left, but Edzy found it. That's a lot of points. It is a lot of points. It's a whole lot of points. It's just like it's a whole lot of love. Shout out Led Zeppelin. I'm a little unsure why Fur would be discarding any face cards at this point with business card. I'm unsure what Fur is doing at this point. Yeah, I like to shout out indie bands. If you've never heard of Led Zeppelin, you know, small band out of the UK, classic. I think Fur is too dedicated to this idea of making high card work for whatever reason. I'm just unsure as to why. I mean, Fur may lose a life here. I mean, we can get another flower pot hit, but is a flower pot hit enough? No. The 2-pair is definitely better than the high card. Oh, by 7. While Fur does survive there, I think the decision to be going after high card is just an absolute brutal one. I think Fur's getting a little too sucked into the Space Joker allure, if you will. We also have to remember the more important hands, they scale faster, right? So even if I got 55 high card levels, I need 5 or 4 flush 5 levels to match that level 55 high card. So Space Joker's just not going to do anything for you going for high card. But what we do need to do is take that rebate, I think. Who you call more important hands? Look, I didn't make the scaling. That was all local thunk. You can thank local thunk for saying flush 5 is supposed to be better than high card in terms of how quickly it scales. I think Fur may have learned their lesson. Get rid of the Space Joker. Go after big hands. The issue is we are a family behind. I think Edzy pretty clearly takes this life. And we are more X-Melt behind with the flower pot being sold.
Hello, hello. Are you having as much fun in this seed as I am?
It's been very weird.
It's been weird.
That's really I don't even know.
Honestly, neither do I.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
Hey, at least Space Joker came through. Oh no, we're still playing high card. No! Wait, don't discard your king. I mean, Fur's not going to get close in this PvP. But, for the sake of maybe being able to come back later. Look, I love Space Joker. I dated Space Joker many of times. But even I can say maybe this is a little too much Space Joker love. Yeah, shout out Business Card. Really coming through for the team all of a sudden. Another couple tens. A lot of money for Fur, which is great. But the ×4 and ×3 of this 4 of a kind is just going to be way too much for Fur to handle.
This.
Okay.
Yeah, 626,000 makes sense.
Okay, I think I do know what's going on here. Yeah, I can't do that right now.
Okay,
but maybe Fur got the hint of what Fur has to do in the
Doesn't
future
seem
to catch up.
possible.
I will say Fur ahead on economy
Alright.
going
See you in
into
the
this
next
shop
one.
Yep.
and actually has an extra econ joker or two. So maybe could stay ahead on that econ. Space Joker, get out of here. No. Come on, get out of here, Space Joker. Get out. I mean, you could get rid of Splash, I guess. But we gotta get rid of Space Joker at some point. Being down a discard means being down on economy. True, probably. I mean, but being up business card once... I'm sure these two will run into re-triggering relatively soon and both take it, and business card will help in that regard. The overlay looking good? Thank you, Orange Aces. Well, shout out to Vapor Gabe for making this a beautiful product. Remember, go to Vapor Gabe for all your editing, streaming, and YouTube needs. Did I say, Gabe, did I get it? Did I hit it? That is interesting. The tarot voucher is actually better than the second discard here, in my opinion. Yes, the second discard is going to guarantee that Edzy always gets his hand and gets full rebate value. There's no denying that. I don't want to get that twisted. Like, that's incredible. But the Tarot Merchant is arguably more important so we can build and have 5-of-a-kind kings. We can have glass kings. If Fur takes the purchase of the Tarot Merchant here, I actually believe there is a clear path for victory based off of some good tarot luck. And the thing is, a second discard doesn't matter. I guess it matters for mail and rebate, but you at 5 hands and 5 discards, you're already probably good. I think Edzy 100% would have traded that second discard for the Tarot Merchant. So a little bit of luck, whether, I mean, obviously Fur's not going to know it now. Fur doesn't know what the difference is in vouchers, but I think it's actually quite beneficial. We got to stop playing 2 pairs, though. We got to stop feeding this dang Space Joker and building a 4-of-a-kind or 5. The thing is, a lot of players will not take Tarot Merchant. They get maybe a little scared. And Fur has to take the Tarot Merchant for obviously everything I say to even matter, right? So we'll see. I do believe we have 20,000 points here with the 4-of-a-kind. Especially with the Hierophant and the photograph. Yeah, we got 37,000, so we're good. It's like the square hole lady. A duo? Come on, the duo over Space Joker. A king in here is solid. Does Edgy try? Do you try and take that 7 and make it a queen or a king? It sounds crazy, but you have Fur has the Tarot Merchant available to them. Yeah, Chester. Edzy is saying on 12x more potential. That could change quickly with glass. Too many strengths required? No, we're skipping. The family is back. The family. Redemption. 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 Fur, no. Don't look at Showman. Look at the family. Please. Fur, look at the family. No. This man hates the Fast and the Furious. He said Vin Diesel's my least favorite actor in the entire world. Fur has actually never driven a fast car in their life. Alright, again, I still stand by my statement that this game can be extremely close if Fur makes the decision to buy that Tarot Merchant. Fur gonna try and break the 4. I actually don't hate that play. Okay, not gonna try and break the 4. I do kind of hate that play. Giving Edzy their flowers here. I think Edzy's made, despite not agreeing with the rare skip decisions, I think Edzy has legitimately made every single decision when it comes to tarots, when it comes to jokers, correct? Which just makes it really, really hard to beat. The trio shows up for Edzy because they have the family blocked. That is enormous for Edzy. And now Edzy's debating, do I sell the flower pot and just take the trio, which doesn't improve my max score, it just makes it easier. And I think they are going to go that way so they can build into a flush 5. Mary Andy guarantees a 4-of-a-kind, also gets mail and rebate value. A death there is good. no tarot merchant means I do think that Fur is unable to come back in this one. And I think Fur, like, again, Fur is a very smart player. I think Fur, after a few Major League Balatro games, would make decisions here a little bit differently. I think they're even realizing mid-game, some of the value missed on certain plays. Yeah, vouchers are, especially when you're not on gold stake and you have $60 to your name, vouchers are a must grab. You got to add that underlying power to your game. Oh, wait, I'm going to unmute stuff. They're unmuting for me.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, this build is definitely something. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
I mean, we know that Edzy guarantees the 4 or 5 of a kind. So there's not much to say in this regard. In terms of this PvP, it's really how much value can Fur get out of this PvP between rebate and a business card. Sorry for the awkward silence. They keep muting themselves. They should be talking smack to each other. We need the raffle roaring banter. Imagine if Fur finds Sock and Buskin from a judgment. There is a possibility. I mean, there's always that in play. Like in Balatro, especially in vanilla Balatro, you can always come back. And there are things that Fur can run into via luck that puts them ahead of Edzy. So it isn't over. This PvP is definitely over. But as a game, as a whole, it's not all over yet for Fur. I do think that taking that tarot merchant would have put them in a very good position to get Deaths and Justice and really take the lead there. Without that tarot merchant, there's not really a difference in their game, except maybe Fur can get a little bit more economic value, see a few more jokers over Edzy. But there's a lot of space here to make up between that times 12 of the family and the trio, and the fact that Edzy just has more enhanced cards.
All right. I am ready.
You got your hand?
Do. Ship it.
It's going to be a big hand.
Okay. Very interesting.
8 million. Very interesting. I love that response. It is.
All right.
We'll see you on the next one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're moving on. We're digging the standard packs. There is a glass queen there that is good, but both players are going to see it and grab it. Not going to quite help for at this at this stage in terms of differentiation. An ancient joker is Really powerful. You definitely want to add that and then maybe look to make wild cards. And you know what? Edzy? Oh, okay. I thought Edzy passed it up. Edzy is going to go ahead and grab it over mail and rebate. Hack does work with face cards if you happen to have Pareidolia. I think Fur is going to give up on the business card, the scary face. Really anything here, besides Tribulate or Photo, you can sell and improve your score. Ancient plus double skip equals GG. That is not true at all. And in fact, Edzy has just opened the door for Fur. If we see a Sock and Buskin, a Dusk, or a Chad, all of a sudden, Fur, I think, may have taken the lead. That is a huge risk with the Tribulate on the board. I totally get going for the kill. But it is now, it's a massive risk for Edzy because there's no re-triggering already in the Joker slots. And Fur can find that re-triggering. And having the mail and rebate still means they're going to be making quite a bit of money. Maybe Edzy was thinking, I'm not going to make money because I don't have the rebate anymore. But there were purple seals. You have 6 discards, 5 hands per round. It's a lot of value missed. When you could be making wild cards like we're going to see Fur making right here. A Seltzer also helps. You were correct, Santiago. There's a lot of things here. And again, it's just getting value out of the blinds. The purple seals, the gold cards, the money, the strengths to build towards a bunch of kings. Deathing the 1 glass 8 we have. And it's very risky by Edzy for just a lot of reasons. But I really thought Edzy had so much deck manipulation that the Ancient Jokers is not going to matter that much. When you think about it, without re-triggers, you have 1.5 to the 5. It's a times 7.5. Let's not say it's not nothing. But you probably could have wilded enough cards just due to all the value you make per round. I don't know. So we'll see. Chad is like 16x. Chad is more than 16x if you hit it on the ancient card, and even more with glass. It's a lot. No. Don't get in the campfire. We gotta find re-triggering. Don't get in the campfire Fur. You gotta save your money for re-triggers. In glass. It's bait. Trust yourself. Yeah. Click that reroll button. Not that I'm rooting for Fur, but I may have put all my juicy points into him. I'm just kidding. Wait, it came back with the same exact shop. That's crazy. A chariot here doesn't hurt. But, the Fool being on Empress hurts a little bit. Dude, the overlay is effing awesome. Thank you, Vapor Gabe. Yeah, we can focus on Fur. Great point, chat. I forgot even all the things I could do. I'm too big. Not the family again. The family, no. Pass up on the family again, chat. No. That's a time that we would have been back. We could have been so back. Well, it's confirmed. Fur hates family. Which is fine, I guess. Not everyone needs to have a healthy relationship with it. I think that time passing the family was it just not registering with Fur how much or if it mattered. I know my camera, I didn't want to copy or go over Fur's face, and I can move my camera, so I just moved it. Again, not everything is perfectly fixed, chat. Not everything's going to be perfectly fixed at this point. I don't think Fur needs to play the glass here. I think that should be plenty of points. Can save that glass for the PvP. I mean, at the end of the day, Fur's only going to be a times 12. And then let's see what this hits. Diamonds is not... The star? That's big for Fur. Holding a star and it hitting diamonds. Now, again, this is all going to come down. Will we get re-triggerings for 4? We got the brainstorm! We got the brainstorm! Oh, this is why you don't sell for the family, chat. Who cares about the family? Now Fur's also ahead on econ. Massive plays. I don't know if this is enough, though. This is going to be really close. I think it is, but I actually think it might be closer than everyone thinks. We have to see how the tarots play out. All right, let's unfocus. That was wild. Wild. Times 32 times 12.
Hello.
Correct, Kirsten, but
Hello.
I don't know if First sees the entire deck is the only scary part. And there is glass cards.
Found some juicy cards that I'm ready to use against you.
No, that's reasonable.
So,
I'm just here to give it my best shot.
man, now I feel bad for doubting any of First's decisions, especially when he's being,
Thanks.
or they're being so sweet with they're giving it their best shot. Isn't it like times 3 difference if they play the same cards? You're correct, Tupid. I just don't know if we can get perfect draws. There's the glass queen. Maybe going for a flush house? It also matters what hands these two play, right? Like if Fur plays a full house, it's just not good enough. I'm really curious to see what Fur attempts here. We also have to remember the Ancient Joker is going to be full throttle on Edzy's side, while it's not going to be on Fur's side. We got a diamond. We need... Is there a diamond queen available? That's the question. There's also a wild king.
Fuck it. Do it live.
Thank you, Perry. The star is very helpful. Agreed, C-dubs. Agreed. I don't know if Fur is being aggressive enough. Because, again, this is only going to be a full house.
Alright, I got my last hand ready.
I think you, if you put the Empress first, it helps. But we are behind by a ×4 to start. So I think Edzy has won the game, unfortunately. That ×4 is going to be enough. And we're behind on an Ancient Joker proc. Yeah.
GG.
It was so close.
Brainstorm.
But Fur just not quite aggressive enough with the discards.
Yep, I'm all ready.
Good luck, have fun.
You too?
Alright, let's see if this resets properly. It doesn't look like it, so... Oh, it did. It did! Gabe, it's working! Oh my god! That's so huge! I don't think that's the play of the game right there, is that everything on the overlay reset when they start a new game, just like Gabe tried to do. What a great game. It is true. I think Fur you know, Fur made so many correct decisions. They're playing against one of the top players in Major League Balatro, and really was just one more move taking that family away from winning. Anyway, Plasma deck, Gold Stake, disgusting. Just gross, terrible. Nobody wants to watch this, but this is where we're at. I think you just have to go with chips and accept you're never building in the X-Mult. I don't know. If you get a generous seed, maybe things are different. I have no idea. I don't know. Interesting that Edgy sells out of the business card. It could... Is Fur's going to do this? It's like Fur's watching Edzy. Fur maybe doing the same thing. I personally keep the business card. I think I'm able to get enough value out of it that it fights the rental, but who knows? Seek help. Thank you, Doc. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're going naked into the boss blind for both these players. No clothes are on. Going full natural. No joking around. And any flush here wins for either player. The difference, once again, we're going to have a little bit more econ on the first side. We are going to have an extra discard on the Edzy side.
Do it live.
And maybe I need to turn off redeems while we're casting. A couple of tarot packs is really interesting. I always go no close mode on Thursday. The doc knows what's up. Stone card here legitimately can win the PvP almost on its own. It is that powerful in Plasma in multiplayer. So very good get there. Although Edzy is going to see it eventually opens up an Arcana. But we are ahead on first side of things when it comes to Arcana purchases. We're going to see a couple of lucky cards. If those lucky cards hit, and they're going to move in the queens, if those lucky cards hit, it will skyrocket the economic difference on such a tough deck and stake as Plasma and Gold Stake. So I actually really like the plays out of Fur. Obviously, do we want to have the extra discard? Yes, but I think there's maybe an argument to having the econ over it. Especially if we can find something like a... let's say you find something like an ice cream where it doesn't matter what you play and you can just win some early blinds. You don't really need that extra discard. We're not going to play the lucky. Technically, the lucky is plus EV. But the first flush doesn't win. And Earth is not bad for what they've seen so far. No, really, it is going to matter. And the stone card there, 1,000 points basically on its own. There's just no jokers. One thing you could do if you are first, take the moon and play a flush house into this blind. That is a very valid thing that you are able to do. I don't know why Edzy's... I don't know what's happening on the Edzy side of things. But he's having a ball with this chat. Gonna make extra spades, maybe hoping for an arrowhead. There's only a minute 20 left on, or 120 seconds left on the clock. However, it's not gonna really matter. You don't lose a life the first time it hits 0. So Fur just can't let it happen again if they do let it get down to 0 on this one. Is Fur going to have enough here? The 2-pair does it? It does, indeed. Just posting to socials really quick. Let me know if Fur finds anything incredible. Going to take the Earth card here, like chat was saying, I think is the right play. Go retreat, go reskeet on Blue Sky. All the social posts going out, I very much appreciate. Helps get Major League Balatro more into the social sphere. Means you have more people to play fantasy Balatro against. You have more people to discuss it with.
How's your plasma run been?
Not great.
Yeah, mine hasn't been very good either, but
Yeah.
A 4 of a kind with the stone is huge for Fur. I don't know if Edzy's going to discard in the same
I have a
manner.
semblance of a plan.
Wow. That's a lot of points. The blank voucher is an interesting get for Edzy.
okay.
Oh, Edzy's just giving up. Wow.
This is my plan.
Okay.
Okay, so we're okay. I'll see you on the next one.
Honestly, the 4,000 seems scary, but I mean, 4 of a kind plus a stone card is insane. I don't know if Edzy realized that it wasn't that crazy on Plasma. Oh no, is Edzy gonna double skip? Raffle must be turning. If Raffle's probably live right now, he's gonna. If you happen to be watching him, he may start feeling a pain in his side from all the skipping that we've seen on higher stakes from these two. The Eternal Runner is definitely a plan. It's really hard to scale. I like it a lot more for Edzy with the extra discard than I like the play from Fur. But I guess you have to go for something at this point. And Fur was kind of back against the wall. Didn't have enough econ to do much else. Fur doesn't have many jacks either due to the 7 queens in the deck. So, this is not looking good. Oh, Edzy stoned a 4. Very interesting. Because it was a 2 on I thought it was a 2 on both sides. Well, we got a purple seal here. Temperance. Kind of a slap in the face. Well, this is going to be a life loss for Fur. It might also be a life loss for Edzy. No straights. We said F them straights here on Major League Balatro today because Runner is not getting scaled. Life loss for Edzy, so we're going to see the life loss on both sides, but at least Edzy has 30 chips on that Runner. We don't have any chips on Fur side. It is going to be very scary heading into this next blind. It may be another life loss for Fur, barring something miraculous. I mean, a strength here and just going for the 5 of a kind queens would be enough to get out of these blinds. Happy Pride Month +2. We actually already had erratic a couple times this week, Pennell. I think if you're Fur, you could also just go for the faceless play here and dedicate yourself to econ. Could also Temperance grab the strength, get even more econ. All right, can we get a 10 or a 4 if we're Fur? Oh, this is looking really scary for Fur at this point. I totally get it. I would feel to start to panic. Be like, okay, I have an eternal runner that I seemingly cannot scale for the life of me. We're not pulling the face cards we need for Econ. So, yeah. Gold Stake Plasma is brutal. It's terrible. Here, I think Fur may strength the 10s. I think Fur's just decided to only go for Econ. So they're going to be even on lives. Edzy ahead on Econ, but very much ahead on having runner value, which is so massive. I think what really is, it's not the life losses to the blinds, it's the fact that Fur could just not find any straights. So the luck of getting that 4 of a kind stone kind of evening itself out a bit. Fur maybe needs somewhat of a miracle. I wouldn't blame Fur for re-rolling despite just getting the economy going. There's a slight miracle. If we can get a Chad with the 87 queens we have and the Red Seal queen, all of a sudden things are back. Also, the Hierophant can help, I don't know, win a PvP here, but it can definitely help survive. For really thinking this one over. Edzy jiggling his jokers. Jiggling his jokers live on camera for all of you. Crazy.
Hello, I'm here to say that this seat is awful.
It is, yeah. It's
I feel
very
you
rough.
are not doing any better than I was.
I am not, no. No, we're both in a very tough spot, I would imagine.
I do.
One of you. I don't know if Fur realizes.
A little bit of power though.
I mean, the photograph is so massive, but we need re-triggering outside of just a Red Seal. We'll see. I'm curious to know if Fur here goes for Econ again. I think the runner's just dead weight here. It's just Fur's gonna have to play with 4 Joker spots and just deal with it. Oh, there's a straight. I guess you take it. Yeah, the deck manipulation Fur did into Queens, coming back to bite them with the runner. So many straights on Edzy's side. They're just falling in the Edzy's lap. Edzy won both game 1 and game 2. Oh, I thought C-Dubs pinned the new message. Oh, C-Dubs, you accidentally said this is game 2. Let me fix that. All right, Fur. I don't know. if that was maybe the right play. I think maybe you just look for the $5 doing the calculations, but me, I don't, huh? Wait, why? Oh. $60 by 7, 65 by 6. I think, I don't know, it's close. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think this is enough. The Hierophant on the red seal does switch things up a little bit. Yeah. It was closer than I thought. I thought it was going to be like
That
18K.
is really close.
That is really close.
Holy.
All right. Down to the final
Right.
life for Fur. Oh my god. Squaring up? That's crazy. I think you got... No, it is not. Squimbo's not gonna do it fast enough. I think Squimbo's a huge trap. Here. For any player. I also think Halvesies does not do much. Yes, we have Halion versus Balenos Bear starting in 55 minutes. A tower is big for but it's gonna be hard to get to 18K. Right away, getting rid of those 3 jacks is a good place to start. That is $5 plus. Now we maybe see some squimboing from Fur. They can never make me hate Squimbo. I'll try my dangdest. Really curious to see what Fur's gonna do here. I think you gotta find the bonus cards. We'll see. It's just not gonna be enough. Unfortunate for Fur. Yeah, I think at this point it was just Square Joker was never gonna go fast enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I screwed up.
No, it was a rough game. It was like...
was not drawing straights.
I mean,
oh, really?
Yeah.
15 chips to 145 is crazy.
I started trying to change things because I was not drawing straights. So the first hand we got the runner.
Yeah.
I tried to play a 9-8 7-6 5 straight or something like that. And I just could not draw.
The first hand we found the runner was particularly bad because I picked it up and then I lost on that blinds.
Yeah.
But I managed to get like 2 straights, I think. And then it was a little bit easier on the next hands.
Yeah, I think part of the issue I ran into is when we picked up the runner, I already had gotten rid of 2 jacks.
Oh.
So I
Or you
couldn't-
strengthened them up to 7?
I strengthened them up to queens.
Oh, to queens.
So I already had that point in straights that was harder to hit, so I had to play it with.
So when I saw the strength, I had the runner. So I saw the strength and I was like, this will be to make us straight.
Yeah.
Especially
I think I
'cause
had
our
already
Joker
used
roster
it.
was so-
I think I had already used it beforehand. Then I got another one, and I'm like, okay, I could use this to make a straight, but I'm already kind of struggling with that. So I just tried to move to something else, and it just did not work out.
Yeah, Plasma Gold Stick is
Yeah,
does do
yeah.
that.
It's tough. We got a hard hand there too, so